I am Prasad and welcome to Automation Insights. Today we are going to see how to check if multiple Excel files available in our system are not using Linq method. So we have an list of Excel file paths in the Excel sheet and we need to check if all the files are present in our system or not. So why we need to check if all the Excel files are available in our system before we continue with our process. Here is the use case. We need to download multiple Excel files from an application. So we need to download each Excel file for each country. And for some reason, if any one of the Excel file is not downloaded, then the final output will be wrong. So we don't need to proceed with our process and we need to inform the developer or the user that one of the Excel files are missing and we cannot continue with our process. So now we can see what are the data we have in the Excel file. So this is the input file where bot will read this sheet and then it will check if all the files are available in the system. So we have a sheet called input and there are two columns present, country and file path. So for each country there was one file will be downloaded. These file paths are inputted before the process and bot will use this file path to save the Excel file from the application. So we need to check if all the files which present in the Excel sheet are present in the system as well. Let's assume these are the Excel files which got downloaded during the process. So we have all the countries which present in the Excel file are present in the system as well. So if all the files are present, we can proceed with our process. If any one of the file is not present, we need to terminate it. So let's see how we can check if the one of the files are missing in the system. So let's go to UiPath Studio and then we need to use an activity called read range to get the data from the Excel sheet into the data table. So we have a list of file path in the Excel sheet and we need to get that data from the Excel and save that into the data table variable. So let's drag and read range and select the file, put the sheet name. So the sheet name here is input. So let's read all the data in the that particular sheet and then we need to store that into a data table. So let's create an variable called dt table. So it is an variable of type data table. So it is a data table. So let's minimize the variables panel and then we need to use an if activity to check if all the Excel files are present in the system. Let's delete the empty sequences and then I just drag an activity called message box. So for testing I use message box. In real scenarios we can use to terminate or send an email if the Excel files are not present. So if the all the Excel files are present, I just write it as all the files are present. All the Excel files are present. So if any one of the Excel files are missing, so I just return as all the files are not present. So now we can start write the link query. Let's expand the editor and then we can start write. So the data table, dt table dot as enumerable. So we convert that data table into an enumerable collection of each item is in data row. So dot all. So we need to check if all the Excel files are present. So we need to use all which returns true if all of the conditions inside that functions are true. So lambda expression function of dt row. So dt row is an data row. So dt row of the column name. So dt row is nothing but an data row and then inside data row we need to pass the column name. So the column name we need to pass is file path. So we convert that into a string. And now we need to make use of an method called file.exist. So it will return true if the file is present in the system, else it will return false. So the file path is provided as an argument for this method. So now I can explain this. So dt table, so data table, we convert that into a collection and then we use an link query called all which returns true if all the conditions inside this it will true. So if all the files are present, it will return true. If any one of the file is not present, it will return false. Let me close the editor and then so before I run the workflow, let me show what is the input we have got. So let me open the input Excel file and these are the countries we have got. So all the Excel files need to be present. So let me run the workflow and we have seen that all the Excel files are present. So it will return all the Excel files are present. And now if I change any one of the Excel files names, so let me close the message box, and if I change the UK to US or something like that, or if I delete this Excel file, so if this Excel file is not present, it will return false. So let me run the workflow and we can see what is the output. As you can see, all the Excel files are not present. So if all the Excel files are present, we can continue with our process. So if any one of the Excel file is not present, we have to do the alternate steps as per the process need.